I do not, and I'm telling you now, spend the money on granular basalt off of them, and don't worry about the electroculture if it's for a garden. Put your towers in, and they will give you all the energy you need.
I've got chimneys.
But where you sit like, you have an inlet and an outlet, or sort of, if your garden's not, are you likely to have
Yeah. Just douse what you're looking for. Douse what you're looking for. And I say, I've seen people do them in bottles in a little garden, just literally in a bottle like that, full of, and they've stuck it in the ground, you know, a couple of inches. Another one where it says to put it the other side, and they will give you as load, and I mean a load of power in a small area. Cannot emphasise enough, you know. And I've seen people put little dinky ones in every flower pot, and that it works.
The energy's there, isn't it?
Absolutely,
Just
yeah, and
tap it into it.
absolutely, and I cannot emphasise enough from my side. There cannot be anyone in this room more cynical than I was. It is not possible. I completely dismissed it, completely poo-pooed it, and there was no way at all anyone was going to convince me. I could understand making nitrogen drinks up. I could get that. I could make a compost up, and I could make a fertiliser up, and I could get all that. I could get good nutritious soil. When someone wants to tell me we can get electricity, well, you get electricity from the socket. We all know it's connected in the walls. And then when someone says no, it's free. There was a post today, Francesco's put a post up today, because he's now going out doing talks as a result of me going and doing talks and mentioning it, and then people saying, we'd like to know more about that. He's in Hackney within the next couple of nights doing a talk. You ought to, because I know I can excite you about it, titivate you, you know. Jesus, what he doesn't know about it is mind blowing.
do we think this is the
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and they'll tell you it doesn't exist. They'll tell you it isn't real. But for those who know about the periodic table, it used to be on the periodic table. It was taken off. So, go on. Someone down there had a question.
You can use a mental process to bring white lighting from the core of the cosmos. That's what I use. And white light from the core of the cosmos is the core of all life. Anything that core of everything. And you can bring that in. You can use it with respect. And like when you're a healer, you can operate your healing chakras. Get that bottle of water, hold it, and you can infuse it into the water. I don't use plastic because of the firelights in the plastic. Try and use glass if you can.
Well, yeah, Paddy didn't
I'm curious of the costs, and I mean, am I right in thinking if once you add it to the WhatsApp group, then any information if you want to pursue this?
Yeah, they've got. I don't know how to add people to Telegram.
Right.
But if you're happy for me to pass on your numbers to Andy, then he'll add you to both groups, because they've got a Telegram group. What is purely about information they're releasing, and you can't comment on it. And they've got a WhatsApp group for the people who want to chat among each other about what they're doing with it and how they're getting on with it. Okay, because there was a mistake the other day on my side. They said we're moving everything to the Telegram group, and I was like, no, you can't do it. I don't use Telegram very much. And I was like, and then they didn't chant me. No, this is, we're separating it very much now so that the information, because you know what it's like, you post a really good post, and then 300 people comment on it and you can't find the post anymore. So what they're trying to do is have the Telegram group just for information they're releasing about the, you know, what they're building and how it's going, and then they're going to have the WhatsApp group is just for people to chat about it. So yeah.
So I mean, do you know roughly what sort of cost we're talking about?
Well, it depends what you want to do, and that's what I say, because if you've only got a dinky garden, you don't need very much kit.
Right.
And that's what I would say, you know, it might be that you can get away with something as simple as that with 2 bottles of basalt. How much it is, I don't know. Yeah. I spent £2,500 on mine, but mine covered an acre. Yeah. You know, so there was loads going on mine. We had underground battery packs, not batteries, but these energy packs underground. We had all the cables, we had the chimney pots, we had everything going on. And we used builder's bags full of basalt. Right. Builder's bags to put our beds together.
So, is there other issues with, I'm not over concerned about this, but legislation for the height of antennas in built-up areas?
No idea, don't
care. That's fine.
So I can't say,
What proves it all works is when the black helicopter flies
Yeah.
over.
That's your badge of certification, isn't it, Tim? Any other questions?
I'm just going to say on Michael's behalf, he's a very unassuming person, but he's lived a life. Now, he has kept the council, he's kept so many people at bay with what he's done for the past 30, 40 years.
Yeah, 30.
He's also had the black helicopters flying over him.
Plus, one day I was doing getting some copper wire to make coils to put in the orgonite with crystals, and a plane had just finished doing its chemtrailing, and it flew down really low over my house, a big bloody airliner.
Yeah,
Only about 100 foot above my house while I was in the garden doing the copper wire.
yeah.
So they know what you're up to.
You're a marked man.
Yeah, they know what they know.
We all
they
are.
know.
Yeah.
This conversation now is being recorded on.
Aren't we blessed?
Every smartphone records everything you
Yeah.
say. And
Yeah.
don't forget, when you switch your smartphone on, it affects the auric field of everybody within 30 feet. It damages your aura. That's what a smartphone does. But it records every conversation. So everything I'm saying now is being recorded, even when it's turned off.
Well, this is why now, when you turn the phone off, they don't let you take the battery out anymore. It's a sealed unit, so you can never turn your phone off.
No.
The battery's always live.
Well, I got a book by Tim
Put it in
Rifer,
a Faraday
who
case.
worked for
You
the
could do that,
occult
yeah.
division of MI5. I got his book, 1999. I had it put in Cleethorpes Library, and it told you all about what's happening now in 1999,
Yeah.
including the smartphones. They haven't come out then, but
Any other questions? Go on,
A
sorry.
little bit late coming, but you was just on the dowsing where your chimney pots went
Yeah.
the first time.
Yeah.
I missed. Were they dowsing for a water inlet and outlet
No.
or an energy?
Energy.
Energy.
So,
Thought so.
and again, for me, when you're dowsing for something what you can't, a bit like the ether, I like that newspaper because I can touch it, feel it, understand it, play with it, and I couldn't get my head around how you could use 2 copper rods, walk across the field and go, that's the point, just because you asked it. But every solitary time, they even had it doused in Italy on a map, and the guy said, we sent him a map and he drew it exactly millimetre perfect. He doused the map the same
yeah.
as what we doused the ground, and that was just like mind blowing to me. This guy's got no preconceived knowledge apart from a map we've sent him, and he come back with the same knowledge. I was like, wow. Sorry.
What was the antenna made of?
We had a wooden stake,
Yeah.
and then right on the very top was an antenna which Francesco makes. And again, I don't know how much they are, but it's as if it's part of my parcel, so I don't know. But it's about so big. It's got 3 curly bits on it, 3 straight bits, and it all wires together on the top of a pole.
So
Wooden pole.
connected down the side, down the wood.
Yeah, and then that
By
wire,
the steel wire.
yeah, that wire comes down on a proper electrical cable in copper electrical cable down to the ground where it connects into the stainless steel ones.
Sounds like a lightning conductor, doesn't it?
So, how do we go about dowsing for this power in and out?
Find someone who can douse.
Well, we've got them.
We have actually got dowsers locally.
I'm sure there's
So
dowsers.
we can,
I'm sure there's
we can
dowsers
help.
who live about locally.
You can douse?
Go on the
You know how to
internet,
douse?
go on the
Not me
internet,
personally,
just
but we have
type in
experts in our group.
information on
Let
basic
them
dowsing
teach
and you
people. I
can
want to
off the
learn it
internet.
too.
I was going to ask if you asked for the Michael and the Mary line, because they're the male and female lines.
I don't know what they asked for, I've got to say.
Right, okay.
I've got to be honest, I
We've
don't
only
know.
done a little bit and it was amazing.
Yeah.
And we've done it for different things, haven't we? With somebody who knows what they're doing more. But it did work, and it was, but he was asking for the male and female being the Michael line and the Mary
I
line.
would think that's what it is then.
Right.
Because I know from
okay.
Francesco's point, his was the male point, the female point.
Yeah, yeah, it's just wondered if it was the same thing.
Yeah, and
the grid as well.
That's
And
what
the,
I'm
the
going.
other thing he did was when he doused it and then used the pendulum and got the same points as well. And then someone else did it and they got the same points. So everything was checked and checked and checked and checked. I mean, we're quite fortunate. Where we are in Bury St Edmunds, we're on a hell of a ley line. The one that goes from Glastonbury right through the country. How far we are from that, I don't know. I know St Saviour's, which is where Tesco's is now built in Bury St Edmunds, that is on the main ley
Very
line.
powerful